Hi-ho friends, and welcome back to the Snug Bungalow, where we are going to look through a bag of my thrift store finds. But before we do, we're going to look at a couple of things that sold recently. It's not everything that sold recently, but it's a couple of things that I think you'll recognize from some of my other videos. And I'm going to tell you how much money they brought just to keep things real. After that, we will get on to the good stuff. Before we get started, I just wanted to wish a happy Easter to everyone who celebrates. I hope everyone has a fantastic holiday weekend. We're going to start with some Christmas because that's how we do. This is 33 vintage 1-inch ornaments still in the package. It brought $30.60. Marching over to Halloween, this is that vintage Napco ceramic bell that I found headless in the bins. The cut was clean, I brought her home, fixed it up, disclosed it in the listing, and she still brought $60. I sell a lot of light switch covers. I thought this one, which was resin, had a really colorful sort of beach house vibe. It is used and it brought $16.20. I listed this Squishmallow and it sold right away. It's on the rarer side. It had some minor condition issues, but if it had been new with its original tag, it would have brought double the $28 that mine brought. This is Graham's Bear. She's always a great seller. I got $26 for her and I've sold her twice recently. And lastly, this is the last lot of Barbie clothes that I had from that gigantic lot that I picked up from the video that I shot about that, and they brought $30.40. And we're back. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of comps today. Comps are comparisons of what other things, like the things I'm going to show you, have sold and what they have sold for. I get comps mostly from eBay just because the app makes it really easy to look up sold items. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to start out with a little Christmas, just because we love to start out with a little Christmas. And when I say little, I don't mean actually physically little, because this thing is large. It is a macrame Christmas tree wall hanging. It is a large piece. It is handmade and it has tiny little pine cones and faux little berries on there. You can see that there's some wear. Some of them are missing, but overall it's pretty cool. So I'm going to insert here some comps, some comparisons of things that have sold that are like this. And we can see that they're bringing about $20 a piece. And that's great. If I can get $20 for this bad boy or anywhere near that, I will be super happy. Since it was bought at the bins, all of this stuff, yes, I think all of this stuff was bought at the bins. That's where I do most of my sourcing, the Goodwill bins or the Goodwill outlets. Everything is pay by the pound. If you haven't been there and you like digging around and you're not scared of getting dirty or covered in glitter and pet hair, I suggest you check one out. They're very fun for people who enjoy that type of thing. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to look at, more lampshades. I just talked about some lampshades recently, and these were just so over the top. I thought that they would do really, really well. They're very clean inside. There's no burn marks, no yellowing from the heat. They might be silk, but you can see that they have beads and they have sequins and they have beaded fringe. Now, the beaded fringe is not glass, it is plastic, but still very cool. And I got a set of 4 of them. And they're the kind that clip on, so these would be like for a chandelier or a small lamp. The one and the 4th. So I have 4 here. I'm gonna insert some comps over here. And you can see that they bring pretty good prices. They've got $25 for 2 and $75 for 6. Like I told you before, I think I sold some, maybe a set of 6 for somewhere near $65. So I was very pleased with that. And so anytime I find them, I am on it. Okay, so the last comp that we're gonna do today, something I've never seen before. I didn't run comps in the store just because I thought this was such a weird thing, and sometimes I like to buy a weird thing. Sometimes when you buy a weird thing, you get to do a lot of research. I like to do that sort of thing. So I just threw it in because it wasn't going to be too expensive, because it's a wicker basket and it's shaped like a football. It opens up in case you need to store your TV remote or snacks in there. I'm not sure, but it has like a little pedestal, and it doesn't have laces or anything. It's just a wicker basket shaped like a football. So comps on this are questionable, but somebody got $15 for one, so I'd be pleased with that. Who even knew that such a thing existed? I love finding weird stuff. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show you guys is huge. So obviously you're only going to get to see part of it. I need to move some of this other stuff out of the way. Okay, I debated on this one. I can't tell you for sure why I ended up saying yes. I just thought it was so cool. It's not my style at all. This is definitely like the heart of the 1970s. This is a bedspread. I'm trying to get a good section to show you. It is. So it has like a cloud pattern and stripes in brown and orange, which is 100 not my scene. But this is the, let me see if I can show you. So it's shaped like a box. I think this is for a single bed, and it has like an edge that you would line up with the edge of the bed, and then the corners end up looking like this. So this is the corner. It has, this would go directly over the corner, and then these would lay down on either side, so that you would end up getting something that looked like an actual corner. This is what it looks like on the back side. You know, it's just that stuff that we all know how it feels. I think it's probably nylon, and then it has like a little bit of batting in between. And, you know, it does have quilting on it a little bit, but I just thought, okay. I looked it over. It's in pretty good condition. It doesn't have any major issues. You know, it has maybe a random spot here or there, but other than that, it's pretty good. So I don't know. I have no idea what I'll get for that. I thought it was interesting. I'd never seen one before. I know that blankets can do well, so here we are. Okay, let's do a little more Christmas. I found these guys. They are candles that look like Santa. They're in pretty good condition. I checked to make sure they weren't broken at all. And they're in their original box. Look at this. That graphic is so cute. It doesn't look like it has a year, but I'm thinking late 70s, early 80s probably. This kind of retro vibe going on. But I thought those were cool. I've sold taper candles similar to that in the past. I don't really remember what I got for them, but I said yes. Okay, now you've seen me show paper mache animals before. I don't know if I've shown one of the deer before, but usually they are larger than this. Usually they're, you know, 1.5 feet tall or something like that. But I found a little baby one this time, and I thought it was too cute to leave. So who knows what I can get for that, but couldn't leave him behind. It's the first time I've seen like a really small one. Okay, let's show this next. Here's something that I got for myself just because it was beautiful. I try to look at the books every time. I do not run across antique books like this very often, but look at how gorgeous that is. And this is the best of the world's classics. So you've got some Sir Walter Scott and that type of thing inside. There is a page with some photographs. And I love this color. I just thought it was so beautiful. It deserved to be displayed in someone's home. So that home's gonna be mine, at least for now. You know, I go through periods where I purge stuff to my stores all the time. So for a while, at least, I'm gonna keep that. And then let's see. Let me just make sure I'm getting all of these here. Okay, so I have a set of 4 of these little forks. On the back, they say Rogers and Brothers, A1. They have, I don't think you can see it, but there's like a little etching. It is either an F or an S. I think it's an F. And I think that these are silver plated. Once you've picked up enough pieces of silver before, you can generally tell that something is at least silver plated. I don't know that I can tell actual sterling silver from something that's silver plated as of yet, but I'm going to do a little research on those. I just thought that they were pretty, and I have sold some silver plated pieces in the past, and I found tiny little salt spoons that were actually sterling silver and marked as such on the back. I think I had a set of 6 and I sold them for like $65. That was a good day. So I'm not thinking that I'm going to get that much for these, but we'll see. Then I found this also. This is a mirror. And I don't think this is silver. I have to clean it up. It's very dirty. It's tarnished. I'm not sure what kind of metal we're looking at here. It could be, no, I think it might just be like some kind of pot metal. Nothing special, but old and interesting. And the last time I found just some rando old mirror, I got like 20 bucks from it. So if it's not going to cost me much, might as well, right? Okay, let's do some toys. Some vintage, some newer, all fun. So I don't know if you've heard me talk about these before, pot holder loops. We've all made a pot holder on the loom. Don't pretend you haven't done it. I know you have. And this is not the loom. It is just the loops. Now, I get these whenever I can find them because they fly out of my store. They bring a good price for how cheap they are to buy and how few of them you may have. I actually have an extra loom, so I'm going to put these two together and sell them that way, and they should not be around for very long. Now, here is something you may remember from childhood if you had a childhood in the 80s. Do you remember these little sort of like lunch pail tin boxes? I know that I had one that was white and had a rainbow with a heart motif on it. And these are just great for holding crayons, markers, if you want my childhood opinion. And so I've sold several of these, always in different colors. I think I found one that was Ziggy one time, and like a Christmas Ziggy, maybe, I don't know. I've sold a bunch of different ones and never the same one twice, so I just pick them up when I see them. Okay, now you guys might remember these dudes. Gumby and Pokey. These are made by Jesco, and if I was a betting lady, I would say early 2000s, but they are not marked with the date. So they are bendy. I think that Gumby might have lost the ability to bend his arms, but the rest of them is very bendy. So I have sold some Gumby stuff in the past, and that's really the only reason that I know to pick these up. You know, sort of learn as you go along. Okay. Who remembers these babies? This is a Magic Nursery baby. This is a 1989 by Mattel. And she does not have another tag that says Magic Nursery, but it's like a gender reveal doll. Oh, right there, Magic Nursery. And they like came done up with a cap on it, and then I guess if they had long hair, they were supposed to be a girl. I don't know, it's hard to say. But she has like a tiny little heart here that I think might activate with water, I want to say. I was a little too old for this doll when it came out, but I do remember the commercials and I do remember people having them. So she's in great condition. She's really clean, and I pick up dolls from the 90s, so that's what I did. Ooh, this one's so cool. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce this guy's name. I want to say Pachaco, but he is a tiny dog, Sanrio. I have sold this exact box, but for Keroppi twice. It brings a very nice price. This one is not quite as good condition as the Keroppi one was. Let's see if there's a year on it. 1996. Yep. So it's of the same moment as the other ones that I've sold. And Sanrio, man, they know what they're doing. So cute. Everything is so cute. Keroppi is my personal favorite. I did not keep the Keroppi tin for myself only because it was not the right color scheme. It was sort of like you know, hunter green maroon sort of moment, and that was not my thing. Okay, so we are going to end on a very cool item that I had seen on the internet before I'd seen it in real life. I wanted one for myself, so I don't know yet if I'm going to sell this or if I'm going to keep it. It's not exactly the color that I would want, I think, if I were going to keep it. But let me see if I can... Oh, there we go. This is a light up gummy bear. And he's got like a little light. And he's just clear and rubbery, exactly how you would expect a gigantic gummy bear to be. It's a nightlight kind of thing, I think. It also plugs in if you want to make it a plug instead of a battery, I guess. I'm not sure. I think it's very cool. You know that I love stuff that looks like candy. It's really hard for me to resist. I just don't know exactly where I'd put him or why. But I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. We'll have to see. He may end up in my shop. He may not. I might keep him. I don't know at this point. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me through the foolishness of my finds, and I really appreciate you being here, and a lot of people have been commenting lately, and I just love the opportunity to communicate with you. That always brings me a lot of delight, so thank you very much for that. If you will like this video with a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, that will help bring other viewers and we can all have fun together. I'm going to leave some links below to my shops, and then in about 2 weeks, the things that you see here in this video should be up in my shop. When that happens, I will post actual links to each of those. And until we see each other again, I invite you to go out and find treasure.